Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for those who are returning, and welcome for those who are new. I just have a few minutes before I have to get to my desk, and I wanted to do a quick flip of my planner. I'm actually in my rings. I've been in my rings for a month, I think. I'm not even sure. I'm not going to get all into the details. I've got my memo pads here, my stickers for fall. There's my baby Edward. Some agenda stickers and stuff like that. This is usually where I keep my shopping list. I completed what I had to purchase from the grocery store and stuff, so I took it off. This is just like where I jot down a quick statement, and I'm going to talk about my goal TN soon. When you guys saw my, what was it, like my mid-year lineup, I kind of neglected some of my planners and journals because I've been extremely busy. It still is extremely busy, but long story short, like I said, I wasn't going to go all in it. Everything pretty much still looks the same. I took out my 2024 calendar. I just have the 2025 in here, and I've just been keeping track of my handbag switches. Okay, so I think I went into it in October, but then decided to get back into my pocket size because of the stuff that I was dealing with, trying to get a car and stuff like that. I had so many people to call, and so I didn't want to get all the pertinent information that I needed when I kind of was tracking what was going on. So I didn't want to flip in between two different planners while all of that craziness was happening. Then I went back in it the beginning of November, I believe. That's that. My daily chores. Let's see. Okay, this is my journal section. So I'm just going to quickly flip through journaling cards, stuff like that. I covered the things that were sensitive, like names. Okay, that's that. So that's the last of my journaling. And this is Tomoe River paper and some other paper. I can't even remember what that other paper is. And then, you know, after Thanksgiving, of course, Christmas is about the month of December anyway. Oh my goodness, y'all. Like, I am so bad right now for my reading and my exercise. It's so bad. 2025 has not been a year. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Spending log. So, okay. As y'all know, I was doing a $10,000 challenge in 52 weeks, basically $10,000 in a year. I'm actually pretty much to my goal. I think I have like $1,000 left, but it took me longer than 52 weeks because of all this stuff that was going on. So anyway, fantastic. Okay, then my weekly chores, and then okay, here's the weeklies. I wasn't in it in the beginning of October. I tried to get in it on the 11th of October, and this is when I got my car. Well, it was the one that I was potentially thinking about, and that's a whole story in itself, which I'm going to get into later on in another video about the craziness that happened. I was supposed to drop off the rental after I got my car, but they put a clause on the contract. I was ready to basically say, okay, well, if I don't get that, I was gonna like just give it back to them. I didn't drive it or anything like that. I was still using the rental car because I was ready to just be like, hey, if you're gonna change the deal on me, I'm giving it back. It was a mess, y'all. Ugh. The month of November has been pretty crazy. Yeah, that's that right there. You know, stuff that I want to highlight. I use my sticky notes. I got these sticky notes from Hobby Lobby. They're not very good. You know, that's why I never get sticky notes anywhere else, except I just get the standard, you know, like from, gosh, what is the company that makes these? The reason why I don't get those specialty sticky notes, even though they look pretty, they don't work well. And so this is the week that we're in now. Today is Tuesday. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't show these because I haven't covered like all the names and stuff on December. Lots of birthdays going on in December. So this is my note section. I just made like little tabs instead of using the tabs from Filofax because they have numbers on it, and I don't feel like using them. Okay, and then I have some more memo pads, and these are my call notes. So anytime that I call like the insurance company, doctor's office, stuff like that, it's all in here. And then I have my running list, times for like church and stuff. Here's my Christmas list. I covered that. Just stuff, decor list that I want to do, just random stuff, vacation stuff here, birthdays, I covered that. This is a list of birthdays for family members. And then my bills list in here. And then these stars right here, those I wasn't in my ring planner at the time, so that's why I put stars there. And then I went in October, like for a couple of days on the weekend of the 11th. After that weekend, I went back to my pocket planner. And let's see. Okay, and then the month of October, like I said, I mean, I filled it out thinking that I was gonna like go ahead and start using it, but there was so much information in my pocket planner when I was talking to the insurance company, the rental company, the dealership, and the bank who was financing the car and all of that. I just had too much information. I didn't want to lose track. Okay, sorry for the glare. Yeah, we didn't return the rental until like the 1st of November. I was driving the rental the whole time because I was like, okay, we didn't get everything finalized until pretty much this was the last day of the clause. So like they had every right to say, oh, well, the deal, that we gave you. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the term yo-yo financing. That's a thing apparently. Usually, you would think that it doesn't happen to people with good credit, but it does because they know that you can get a really low interest rate. And what they do is they say, oh, by the way, we couldn't, get that interest rate you wanted. This is what you get. And they give you a higher one so that they can like make money off of it. But thankfully, the guy who was handling my finance at the dealership, he seemed like a pretty good guy. So everything went well. And then here's a December. I think after December, I may go back into my traveler's notebooks. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm thinking about getting another ring planner from Filofax. I almost bought them that were on sale, but it wasn't like the ones that I was really wanting. But I've been kind of debating because there's certain pockets and stuff like that I don't really care for. And I don't want to just jump in and get a planner that I don't like, regardless if it's popular. It's not for me. By the way, this stand is a little bit better on this newer vehicle because the way that okay, let me just show you what I have today. I have my barrel satchel again today. I moved into it this weekend and then I just didn't feel like switching back into my big bags. So I actually have my little tiny planner in here, the Chic Sparrow Nano in here. But I brought my ring planner to kind of transfer the information, but I haven't because I thought I was going to get back into my big bag because that's what I usually like to carry at work. But anyway, I didn't. So I'm still in it. I love this bag, by the way. This is the first bag I ever filmed when I started my YouTube channel because no one had reviewed it and no one showed it. I wanted someone to be able to see, what this bag was about before they purchased it because I like watching reviews on things before I jump in and buy something. Anyway, okay, I gotta go.